Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. How are you all? Okay, starting a new topic, that is topic number 4.2.3, cytoplasm. The topic is cytoplasm. What we are studying, we are actually studying the cellular structures and their function. So, cytoplasm. It is, if we talk about the characteristic and properties, first of all, it is semi-viscous. Semi-viscous means that is sort of thick liquid, but not that too much. Fine. Semi-viscous and semi-transparent substance present between plasma membrane and the nuclear envelope. The gap that is present between nuclear envelope and the plasma membrane, that is actually a space, and that space has a semi-viscous and semi-transparent substance called as cytoplasm. Fine. What is its composition? Contains water in which many organic molecules are present, like proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and many inorganic salts are also or partially or completely dissolved in it. First of all, you should know cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm or characteristic? It is semi-viscous, semi-transparent, and present between plasma membrane and nuclear envelope. Composition: it contains water in which many organic and inorganic molecules are present, and many salts are also dissolved. Then comes, what is the functioning of cytoplasm? What it helps? It actually provides space for the proper functioning of organelles and also acts as the site for various biochemical processes. Fine. For example, glycolysis. What is the process? Glycolysis. What is glycolysis? It is the breakdown of glucose. Fine. We intake the glucose. After intaking the glucose, what our body do? It digests it. It breaks down the glucose. The breakdown of glucose during cellular respiration, the process is called as glycolysis, and this biochemical reaction actually occurs in which cellular structure? Cytoplasm. Fine. Then comes cytoskeleton. The topic is 4.2.4, cytoskeleton. It is a network of microfilaments and microtubules. Two types of structures are involved in this single structure. Cytoskeleton involves two major networks, that is microfilaments and microtubules. Microtubules are made of tubulin protein and are used by cells to hold their shape. Microtubules have which type of protein? Tubulin. They are the major components of cilia and flagella. As we have studied the unicellular microorganism, Paramecium, Euglena, all those. Have you seen the cilia and flagella? Right? Those cilia and flagella are actually made up of cytoskeleton, and cytoskeleton is a network of microfilaments and microtubules. Those microtubules are made up of tubulin protein and used by cells to hold their shape. Then come microfilaments. They are thinner than the microtubules and they are made of actin protein, and they help cells to change their shape. They help cells to change their shape. Look at the structure. As you can see, this is the cytoskeleton. Microtubule made up of tubulin protein. Microfilaments made up of actin protein. Fine. Then comes cell organelles. Organelles are the small structures within the cells that perform dedicated function. Fine. First, most prominent cell organelle is nucleus. As you all know, nucleus is a prominent structure in eukaryotic cells. While in prokaryotic cells, we don't have the true nucleus. In eukaryotic cells, nucleus is a prominent structure. In animal cells, it is normally present in the center, while in plant cells, it is normally present at the side because of vacuole. Vacuole pushes the nucleus to the side. Fine. Then comes the structure. If we talk about the structure of nucleus, look at the diagram. First of all, nucleus. It has a double membrane. It has a double membrane, bounded by a double membrane, and it is called as nuclear envelope. This double membrane is called as nuclear envelope. This nuclear, as you can see, many small pores on this nuclear envelope. As you can see, many small pores on the nuclear envelope. They enable it to act as a semi-permeable membrane. It will allow some of the molecules to pass and some of the molecules will not restrict it from it. Fine. Then inside nuclear envelope, if you are looking the bluish and whitish fluid, you can see there is a granular fluid. What? Granular fluid is present, and it is called as nucleoplasm. What it is? Nucleoplasm. It contains one or two nuclei and chromosome. What nucleoplasm is actually containing? It is a granular fluid, and what actually it contains? It contains one or two nucleoli plus the chromosomes. As you can see, chromosomes are present inside the nuclear envelope, inside the nucleoplasm, and it also contains nucleoli. Fine. Nucleolus. Look at the structure of nucleolus. It is a dark spot and it is the site where ribosomal RNA are formed. Nucleolus, what is the function? Dark spot, and it is the site for the production or formation of ribosomal RNA. Ribosomes are formed. Chromosomes are visible only during the cell division. When cell division is occurring, we can see the chromosomes then. Otherwise, they are not visible though. Fine. Chromosomes are composed of what? DNA and proteins, as we already have studied about the chromosomes in class 7-6. Fine. The prokaryotic cells do not contain prominent nucleus, as we know that. Their chromosome is made up of only DNA and is submerged in the cytoplasm. Fine. So here we end the topic. What you have to do, you have to make notes of these topics. Write a note on cytoskeleton, write a note on nucleus, write a note on cytoplasm, draw diagram where necessary, and note on your notebooks. Thank you.